say this. Comparing Impact Wrestling to WWE. Production value, there is no challenge. Roster, there is no challenge. It is the writing at this time that is the challenge and exceeding itself. In other words, what I mean is the WWE is here when it came to the writing. Really here. This is Impact. You can see a vast difference. And I want to make this very clear. Impact just changed the direction they were going in because they got new people running it. They only had change in direction the last 3 months. And that's the truth. The writing in the last 3 months or 4 months has just recently kind of changed. Only now are we actually seeing it because of the tapings are being released. So we still don't know how far this new writing direction is going. But as it stands, we were here with Impact. The writing sucked. Then it's gone like this. Slowly. WWE from 2016. Here. 17 here. End of 17 here. That's where it is right now. You got this to this. That's a vast difference. And you could say this is an interesting show to watch. I'm being honest here. So let's get started with Sanjay Duff and Josh Mathews. I got to say this about Josh and Sanjay Duff. Even though JB left and went to NXT right now, where he's going to probably get started up there and maybe become an interviewer and then maybe commentary, I'm not against JB going off to the WWE. It was eventually going to happen. That's what happens in wrestling. I want people to understand this. I got a lot of subscribers who get really pissed off that the WWE treats their talent like crap. And they don't like to see the WWE guys come to Impact because they think they're entitled and stuff. Look. I gotta say this, and I'm not chewing on anyone who's my subscribers who doesn't like WWE guys being there or Impact Wrestling guys going to WWE. In wrestling, this is what they're supposed to do. They've been doing this for 100 years. Nearly 100 years. Wrestling started back in the late 1920s, early 1930s. They've been doing this for almost 100 years where people would move around from place to place, go to different wrestling groups. So they would gain more credibility, more better craft, more better money. So don't chew on anybody who comes from a place you don't like. Let's just see if they can do the job, okay? I know a lot of you are going to say there's guys who suck. Yeah, and then there's guys who do great. It just counts on the person. So give them some slack. If they act like assholes, they act like assholes. If they act like gold, they act like gold. That's just how a wrestler is. It's not because of the company. It's about them. Once they move from one company to another, they either can act like an ass or they can act like the golden goose. A good-natured creature creating gold for you. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is Josh Mathews and Sanjay Duff. I really do like Sanjay Duff on commentary. I know he won't stay there forever because he's injured right now. But taking over for JB, who went to NXT, I believe. He should be in NXT right now. And they're going to probably prepare him to be an interviewer. And maybe he'll do commentary. Maybe. I'm alright with that because, like I said, it doesn't really matter about where the guys go. It just counts when they're there. So I'm glad JB went there. And Sanjay Duff, who you wouldn't think would be a great commentator, he's actually pretty good. I enjoy him there. But I got to say this about Josh. He's been flipping back and forth from heel and face. And I'm hoping he stays more focused. I'm not a big Josh Mathews fan as a commentator. He's not that great. But it doesn't mean he sucks 100%. I just rather see him focus on either being a heel or a face. If he does a heel, he does an okay job. If he does a face, it's a little less. He's better as a heel. He just is. He just naturally is a pain in the ass that you hate. But at least he does a good enough a job that it's okay. But I do like commentator right now. And I'm glad it's only 2 instead of 3 like everyone else. Now, let's do the opening with EC3 and Tyrus. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say right now, there you go, there's one person, Tyrus. That little big son of a bitch won that damn match over EC3. And why are we letting this jobber get over on EC3? Well, we already know EC3 is going to NXT. So, in actuality, Tyrus, the real guy who plays Tyrus, and EC3, the real guy who plays EC3, they're actually friends. So my guess is he wanted to put him over before he was going to leave. Yeah, of course, they haven't done the segment yet where EC3 is actually fired, because I know he got fired through Feast and Fire. We already know this. It's already been out there. I did see it because someone said it. I already know this. But maybe he wanted to put him over before he knew he was going to be ending. So it's okay. I'm not saying that it hurt EC3 a lot. But I got to say this. The entire match was a joke. And we know it was a joke because of how EC3 is acting. He was acting like a nut, man. And understand, he can play a nut, act silly, and it's funny. And yes, Tyrus is one of the best workers. I'm not a huge Tyrus fan. I think Tyrus has never had a chance to really show if he can really get over. I know a lot of people said he had a chance for the Rush for Gold. I think that was the name of it. No, he didn't. That was still bad writing, and they dropped it like a hot potato. I know a lot of people can say it's because he sucked. A lot of people said it wasn't because he sucked. It was because they wanted to go in another direction with somebody else, so they wanted to get rid of him as quickly as possible to make sure that person was there because they had more, well, that's pretty much how they said it. I could be wrong about it. But when it comes down to it, if they're going to go somewhere with Tyrus, they got to go for his strengths. He's a big guy who shouldn't be playing around and acting stupid. We don't need the fixer. We don't need the Funkasaurus. We just need a really tough ass man, kick someone's ass, doesn't talk much, and just get the business done, kind of like Congo Kong. That's what should have been done. I originally wanted Tyrus to team up with Abyss. That never happened. Now, seeing Tyrus by himself, that makes a third big man in the company at this moment of the tapings. So I don't know how far they're going to go with him. Maybe this is just a one-time thing. Maybe they actually have a direction. Who knows? We'll find out. Now, talking about Congo Kong. Joseph Park and Congo Kong's match. It's good to see that they're not rushing the Abyss to come back. There's going to be a build-up and a consequence to the Abyss coming back. Joseph Park didn't want to bring back Abyss because he made a promise to his grandmother and to Chandler that he would never bring Abyss back. Went into the ring, got his ass handed to him quickly, and almost got strangled to death. That's good. Jimmy Jacobs is playing a perfect role as the princess. And he's pretty much saying, I want Abyss. I don't want to fight you. I'm not a bad guy. I just want what I want. And to be honest, he isn't playing a bad guy. He's saying, look, I want a real fight between two of the biggest guys that's in the company. That's Abyss and that's Congo Kong. And he asked him nicely, and now he's forcing the issue. That's not bad. If they keep building up to this, what I want to see, if they're going to really make this interesting, Chandler has to be nailed again. And, what is her name? Aunt Lenny? I can't remember her name. I can't remember. But she's got it. Grammy's going to have to get nailed. The woman who plays that, if they can get her again, let her get nailed by Congo Kong. She doesn't have to take a really hard bump, but she's got to be nailed. We don't need Abyss coming back because Joseph Park began to bleed. He's got to bring Abyss back because his grandmother got hurt by Congo Kong or by Jimmy Jacob. No, Jimmy Jacob would never touch her. It's got to be Congo Kong. That's what needs to be done. She just needs to take a light bump, and that will trigger the Abyss. And that's what I want to see. Please build it up slowly. It doesn't need to be rushed. It could take another month or two. I want it over a 2-month period. Counting this month and the next 2 months. By April, that should be about enough time for the Abyss to come back and to be interesting. And to please give him a manager. That's what I want. Now, Minaya versus Rosemary. Oh, I love me to Minaya and I love me to Rosemary. And it's sad to see Minaya. Possibly this is the last time we see Minaya. The match was short. It didn't feel like they really... I'm not saying they didn't try to put the best effort into it, but I feel like neither one of them really was into it. Yeah, there was a lot of bumps and stuff, but it didn't feel like this was special. This looks like another match. In the end, Minaya loses, and then the beautiful... Oh, I want to see what she looks like without that makeup on. I mean, I remember how she looked when she was with, what was the guy's name? I can't believe I forgot his name. Bram. There you go. When she was with Bram, I do remember how she looked. She's a beautiful woman. She's actually very pretty. I want to see her again. Recent time, not years ago. But in the end, she talks very well until guess who comes back. And I was thinking it. And I said, wait a minute, why is she doing this video segment? Tyrus coming back? I didn't hear about it, but I didn't look for her anyway. And guess what? Taya does come back. And this is the part I do like. Taya Valkyrie comes out, says she heard her say, you're the alpha bitch. The only thing you are is a bitch. You're only a bitch. I'm alpha. And then Rosemary says, let's go. Screaming, let's go. And she doesn't get what she wants. Taya does nothing. She's about to leave the ring. And then our sweet little Rosemary acts stupid enough to turn her back. And then she gets the road to Valhalla on the steel plate floor. And the thing that she did that made me so happy, I don't think I got a shot of it, is when she crawled on top of Rosemary. I said that needed to be done for Naomi. If Naomi ever went truly dark, I said Naomi the Dark Knight. That's what I wanted Naomi to do. She wipes out her opponent, she pins them, and then crawls on top of them in a sexual manner. That is what I wanted to show. Total dominance. It's not the fact that she crawled on her because she got a great set of boobs, both of them, and she could have licked her in the face or something like that. It's supposed to be a sexual dominance thing. That she crawls on top of her as a dominant female to make her understand that I'm dominant. That's what I love to see in wrestling. Some type of action that makes you feel dominant. So in that respect, that was good. Alberto, well, let me put it like this. All the vid packages that I saw, Matt Seidel's vid package, Alberto El Patron's vid package, when it came to Austin Aries and Johnny the Mundo, I'm not doing the Johnny, it said Johnny Impact, damn it! Johnny, they were all done very well. Even OVE was done very well. Which I have to say that the vid packages look good. The right type of music was used. The right type of video scenes were used. So I was okay with it. That is something I'm very glad they have improved, at least for the moment. Laurel, let me see, am I forgetting anything? Alright, Braxton Sutter went up against Phantasma. Didn't last very long. And now Braxton Sutter is a heel. He's a heel. Finally, something different with him. This is what we needed for Braxton Sutter. Braxton Sutter was so generic. And I know a lot of people said in my comments over the last year or two that I don't know why you keep thinking Braxton Sutter is pulling down Allie. He's a good talent. It's not the point of him being a good talent. It's the point of him not being written well as a good talent. Remember, he had a very bad writing. Then he was paired up with Allie. And they didn't do anything with him. They focus on Allie, but then they have him hang on like a sidekick, which in basic sense doesn't help Allie. Not against Allie being with Braxton Sutter. He needs to be written properly so when he's with her, it doesn't drag her down, which she doesn't need. And in this respect, they went there with him and turned him, in a sense, heel. Didn't really go very far after he got his butt kicked by Phantasma, because it was Brian Cage who came out and pretty much drill clawed his ass. That was a beautiful drill claw. He wiped his ass out. And then we go to the next scene with him in it when it comes to Law Vaness. I think I said this maybe at least a month ago, or a few weeks ago, not a month ago, a few weeks ago, that she's doing this commitment ceremony, and it sounds like the commitment ceremony is that she's going to marry the belt. And I was right. She comes out, and I'm so happy. I know this won't I'm hoping it does last, to be honest. But KM coming out with the title, being the minister, was good. Because I said KM looked like he has more to just, are you calling me a liar? I hated that mess. I couldn't stand that mess. I don't care if anybody did like it. I thought it was freaking disgusting that the guy had more potential than just going up to people saying he's stealing stuff from people and using them. And they're saying, dude, you did this. Are you calling me a liar? Are you calling me a liar? I hated that. I despised it. But in this segment, as the minister saying that he married a man to a man, a woman to a woman, a man to a man. Now he's going to marry a woman to a belt, an inanimate object. It's 2018, people. You can do anything you want. I loved it because it showed variation in KM. That's what he deserved. Now, does it mean it's going to last? Probably not. I'm hoping it does. Because when you showed him doing something different, like with Top Team, yes, Top Team sucked. But he tried to prove that he could do something other than just say the stupid line. It got to a certain extent over. It made sense. Of course, Top Team ended, and there was nothing for him to do after that. That was the previous writing. Here, I hope they do more skits with him because he looks like he can get over doing skits just like Eli Drake did. That's what I'm hoping for. But what did we get? Braxton Sutter coming out during the... Is anyone going to say you don't want her to marry this belt? Braxton Sutter comes out and he says, don't, I'm not trying to stop you. I made a mistake. Ali sucks the life out of everything. I love you. Let's get married. You, me, and the belt be together forever. And guess, I was like, no. They cannot do this. It's garbage. And thank goodness they didn't, because she said no and she kicked his ass out of the ring. But then she was screaming again, waiting for Ali. And Ali comes out, takes off her shirt, showing a tight top, beats the crap out of her, and then she scurries out of the ring and Ali's looking over the ring. Cute. But I think what will make Ali better, because they're trying to make her more tougher, more edgy, she needs to go back to original hair color. As far as I know, Ali is a brunette. She's not blonde. Unless she is a blonde and she dyed her hair brunette. She needs to go brunette. She needs to go dark. I believe she needs to change her hairstyle and start changing up her clothes and become more of a tougher individual. The way she was as Cherry Bomb, I want her as Cherry Bomb, not just as Ali. And she's not being Cherry Bomb. She's just being plain Ali, slightly tougher. She still talks sweet. She still talks like, oh no, no. I want Ali to be decisive. If Ali's still showing indecisiveness, she's not being tougher. I want her to stop talking like Ali and talk like Cherry Bomb. That's what I want. Now, let's see what's left. Eddie Edwards, the Cult of Lee segment was really good. I enjoyed it. And I gotta say this. I am not a Conan fan. You know I'm not. I am not a LAX fan. You know I'm not, because they pissed me off. But in this segment, Conan did his job well. LAX got over. And the Cult of Lee got over. Particularly getting drowned. I was fine with this entire segment. I was alright with Conan doing the job he's supposed to. When it's time for him to talk, he talks. That's the way it's supposed to be. I just wish the guys who hold the freaking belts would talk in the freaking ring. Not in a backstage segment saying, you enjoying your bandanas? Now the final thing, no, am I forgetting anything? I'm not going to talk about Matt Sydal and this spiritual advisor yet, because we don't know enough yet. But like I said earlier, his video package was good. Eddie Edwards versus Samuel Callahan. I really didn't want to see the match, because simply put, I thought it was a waste. We don't want to show these guys every single time separate. If you're going to do a special tag match, don't let them be seen. Let them fight one another. Let them talk to each other. Let them do vid packages of each other. Like OVE did with tearing up the posters of Eddie Edwards saying they're going to get him. That is what I was alright with. But the match itself, I didn't want to see. But we did have the match, and it showed how good Eddie Edwards is still good. But Sami Callihan, that was something I hadn't really seen a lot of, because we usually see the Chris brothers. It was good to see Sami Callihan do his thing. But here's the thing that's written in the title. Did he really, is that real? No, was that real? I think that was the title I wrote. Where he literally, after losing the match, instead of hitting Eddie Edwards in the chest with the chair folded open, he hit him dead in his face. It's in my face right now. Now I'm taking it away. If that was real, oh my goodness. Because you can hear the commentary team were actually quite surprised. They didn't expect that. They didn't. I mean, they expected him getting the pile driver on the ring skirt. That one was expected, how they were reacting. But when they saw him Eddie get hit in the face with that bat, if he did get hit in the face with a bat, because he could have been far enough away that he didn't legitimately get hit here where my hand is. That is like, really? Did he do that? If he did, I don't think he did it by accident, because he was way too far away from the chair. He was way too far away from the chair. So that was intentional. Now, if it's a work where he missed his face and he hit the ring, fine. It makes it even more dramatic. It'll make it even more dramatic next week, because they're going to have to show something like an eye patch on Eddie Edwards' eye. That would be the best thing, because getting hit right here with a bat, that will mess up your face. So that would be great. It would be. But the question is, was it a real thing or not? You guys can tell me below if you heard that it's real. But as far as I'm concerned, this was a good show. You can see it more than once. Admittedly, you don't need to watch the EC3 and Tyrus match. I know you guys are not going to like it. But if you want to see how funny EC3 can be, you should watch it. Honestly. But it's just my point of view. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.